Hello, I am Dr. Deepthi and we are looking at different concepts from maths under the heading Decreations Mathematics. We have been looking at the broad topic of linear algebra and even in that our focus has been on matrices. We have learned about several things about matrices such as matrix algebra, matrix multiplication, transpose, finding an inverse and so on and so forth. Let us look at some typical types of matrices. Some of them you're already familiar with, but just to put everything together, they will also be talked about. So first basic type is of row matrix. Now as the name indicates, if a matrix has only a single row, it's a row matrix. So for example, here there are two rows. Instead of that, if you have only a single row, it's a row matrix. Similarly, if a matrix has only one column, single column, it's a column matrix. Null or zero matrix is the matrix where all the entries are zero. Now, square matrix is one of the most important kind of a rectangular matrix, where, as the name indicates, number of rows and number of columns are equal. So this is a 2 by 2 square matrix since there are two rows and two columns. Now, in a square matrix, if all the diagonal entries are 1 and if all the non-diagonal entries are 0, it makes up an identity or a unit matrix. And as is clear, if you multiply a unit matrix by any other matrix, say A, or vice versa, you will get back the same matrix A. Now, if you consider an identity matrix and if you multiply it by a scalar, now since all the non-diagonal elements are 0, they remain to be 0, but the diagonal elements will show that particular scalar, and this matrix is called a scalar matrix. Now, imagine a situation where all the non-diagonal elements are 0 and all the diagonal elements are non-zero, but unlike an identity matrix, all of them are not 1. Even then, they constitute a diagonal matrix. So you can say that an identity matrix is a special example of a diagonal matrix. And if you want to use the notation, all aij is equal to 0 whenever I is not equal to j. Simply because in all these cases, you have here both I and j, that is row and column. It's the first row, first column, second row, second column, third row, third column. So except that, all the other entries are 0. Now this has some interesting properties. So imagine that you are adding two diagonal matrices. Obviously, what is the result? It's going to be a diagonal matrix itself, because these zeros are there for both the matrices. So in the resultant matrix, the non-diagonal entries will remain to be 0 as well. Similarly, with subtraction or a scalar multiplication. So whenever you perform any matrix operation such as addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication on a diagonal matrix, it yields a diagonal matrix. What about its transpose? Can you look at it and tell me what the transpose would be? I hope you recollect the concept of transpose where the rows and columns are interchanged. Well, here, if all the rows and columns are interchanged, what will you get? Correct, the matrix itself. So the transpose is itself. Now, if you multiply two diagonal matrices of the same order, they give you a result which is commutative in nature. In the sense that suppose A and B are two diagonal matrices, then AB is equal to BA. So the order of taking matrices for multiplication doesn't matter here. Then there is class of triangular matrices where you have two subtypes, upper triangular, lower triangular. So as you can see here, can you describe what an upper triangular matrix is? Maybe you can pause the video, describe it for yourself and then resume it. Yes, so whenever the entries which are below the diagonal are 0, it's an upper triangular matrix. Now even here there is a subtype which is strictly upper triangular matrix. So if all the diagonal entries are 0 as well, then it will be a strictly upper triangular matrix. And the notation used can be Aij is equal to 0 whenever I is greater than j. For example, here I is 2, j is 1. Or here I is 3, j is 1. So these values are going to be 0. Similarly, you will have a notation for lower triangular matrices where Aij is equal to 0 whenever I is less than j. For example, here this particular position is of A12 where it's first row, second column. So I is 1, j is 2. So here it's a lower triangular matrix because all the entries of Aij which satisfy this condition are 0. Again, here also you will have strictly lower triangular matrix if all the diagonal entries are 0 as well. And then there are two types of matrices called involutory matrix. So if the matrix is its own inverse, for example, if you see this matrix, if you multiply it by itself, because here we are saying, we are claiming that the matrix is inverse of itself. So typically when you multiply any matrix A with its inverse A inverse, you get an identity matrix. So in this case, if I multiply them, you get an identity matrix back. So essentially this particular matrix is its own inverse. Similarly, there is another class of matrices called idempotent matrices. So if you multiply it by itself, it yields itself. So for example, consider this example. So 2 minus 2 minus 4, if you multiply it by the first column, 2 into 2, I hope you recollect how we multiply two matrices. 2 into 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, minus 4 is 2. So first entry is 2. Similarly, go for this row and this column. 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, minus 2 into 3 is minus 6, that gives you minus 10 total, plus 8, so that gives you minus 2 as expected. Similarly, if you go for multiplication of row 1 and column 3, 2 into minus 4 is minus 8, minus 2 into 4 is again minus 8, and minus 4 into minus 3 is plus 12. So minus 16 plus 12 minus 4. So in this manner you can multiply the respective rows and columns and you will realize that you are getting the matrix back. So you can maybe pause the video, try it for yourself and check that it is indeed getting verified. So these are some basic types of matrices. In the upcoming episodes, we will be talking about some special types of square matrices such as symmetric matrix, antisymmetric matrix, normal matrix. Now these are real valued matrices, and then in case of complex valued matrices, we can talk about Hermitian matrix, etc. So stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. Thank you.